Hello, everyone. I hope that you had a nice weekend and you treated your mothers with tons and tons of love. Okay, now I just want to go over a couple things real quickly. We're going to start Act 2. Uh, we're going to actually finish Act 2 tomorrow before we have our Take a Breath Wednesday. We're going to do the study guide and we're going to have our test on Friday. Then the following week, okay, no, that's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm going to take we're going to finish up Act 2 and we'll go from there. I don't know what we're doing next. I think we're doing I have the wrong book. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to talk about Act 2 with Margaret has just died, and we see the scene opens with Jean talking to the doctor, okay? And we're going to probably, just so you know, we'll probably go into the third man. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so see, Act 2 opens up with Jean having a conversation with the doctor. And the doctor lets Jean know that there is no way that his father should be left alone. Jean takes his sedated father to talk to Mr. Scott, who is the mortician. And they're wandering around in the showroom of all the different coffins. And Jean is starting to get very agitated with his father. Because, like again, his father's being analysis of the costs and expenses. And Tom starts to quibble with the mortician about how much the coffin costs and how well do they stand under seepage because the water gets down in there. Are intrusive tree roots going to ruin the coffin? So, these are things that are you just don't ask. It's just something that is not a concern. Anyway, at one point, Tom actually stands before a child's coffin. And while he stands before that coffin, it brings Jean back to reality, as well as his father. So finally, he settles on a coffin that he wants. Then his big thing is, well, the price of this. Does tax included in the price? Or how much is tax? I mean, he's just not a decent man. The action shifts after this scene to a bar where Jean is having drinks with his sister Alice. They both discuss their father and the fact that, he has a sterling reputation in town and his selfish and all about his selfishness, and that he can't live alone, and they understand he can't live alone, but neither one of them want him to live with them. Jean acknowledges his father's fighting edge, though it's dulled and remains part deaf, a forgettable old man's character. He still says, let's wait till you see him, Alice, and see what that comes of it. And there's something that does come through. You'll see that the old tiger is still there. Something that reaches you and makes you want to cry. He'll probably be asleep when we get home in front of the TV. Then you'll see the old man, the father. Then they show the scene. But when Jean wakes up, he becomes the old Tom Garrison again, that nasty, shrewd man. Then the scene shifts to the graveyard in which Margaret has just been laid to rest in the family plot where Carol, Jean's wife, was buried just a year earlier. Irate, Tom walks away to find the caretaker and complain about the state in which the plot has been kept. There's too many weeds, so he's agitated. Jean and Alice discuss what to do as a memorial service for their mother and what to do about their father, who clearly should not be left alone, but yet who equally cannot come and live with any of his children. Alice sees her father as a selfish old man who neglected his mother, who beat and abused Jean, and threw her out of the house because of her choices of a spouse. And I'm going to end it there, but I want to ask a question. Do you think that Jean is feeling obligated because of the type of abuse his father caused him? Do you think that there's still that nagging feeling of, I have to do this or my dad's going to abuse me? What are your thoughts on that one? Just think about it. Okay? Have a good night and I'll talk to you tomorrow.